Hello peeps and welcome back to Modded Minecraft with Nightdagger, episode 50. As is usual for this series, every 10 episodes, world upload time, so check the description of this video for the world upload. Might not be immediately available, but should be within the next day or two. There is one thing that I want to get done before we start dealing with the world upload. I want to build a new toy. If you look in my miscellaneous chest, you're going to see I have some thorium cells. I also have quite a few uranium cells here. I've got some plutonium cells. That means it's time to start nuclear science. Yep, it is that time. So, I also have a new chest over here. If we take a look over here, I have a chest for nuclear fuels. Right now it's empty. We're going to be putting some of our stuff in here. And if we take a look in the raw uranium chest, I've gone ahead and compressed almost all of my uranium. I did also centrifuge out a stack of uranium dust. That's how I got the plutonium cells and the uranium cells. I also have a bunch of this tiny piles of plutonium dust, and we're going to use that right now. Combine 4 of that, you get plutonium dust. Plutonium dust can be used to make plutonium cells. Hi, Tauntaun. But it also acts as a 2 million point amplifier and a matter fabricator. That seems like a better use to me. Let's drop it in there. We don't have it turned on yet, but it will be. Over here, you can see my power banks are steadily regaining their power. We're up to a total of 5 wind towers now. You can't see them because they're not rendered yet, but they're there. And let's go ahead and start working on something that's going to allow us to generate a lot of nuclear power down the road. Now, we could just use straight uranium, like this, but that's kind of inefficient. It's an inefficient use of uranium. Let's come over here and grab a stack of uranium. And let's come over here. How about over here? And in our empty cells, ooh, we're running low on empty cells. Let's grab some tin. There we go. Tin. We'll go ahead and grab 8 stacks of tin. And got tank pattern in there. Let's throw the tin in here. Let's make a bunch more cells. 16 stacks. We'll throw 8 stacks in there. And 8 cells around 1 piece of uranium gives you 8 near depleted uranium cells. Anyone familiar with industrial craft right now has just realized that I am making a breeder reactor. Let's throw that away. Let's throw all of these empty cells in here, make sure we got a good supply of those available. And let's start building our reactor. A nuclear reactor is 3 reactor chambers, a generator, and an advanced circuit. Alright, let's request an advanced circuit. Let's get the stuff that we need to make a generator. Need a little tin. Need some redstone. We're going to need some refined iron. We'll just take half of what's there. Maybe a little more. We're going to need quite a bit of iron, and we're going to have to cook some of this up into refined, I think. So let's just go ahead and do that now. Another thing you'll see is I have a new tank out there. It's filling with lava. I re-enabled my lava pump station, and I just have a tesseract on the top of it. Nothing special. Alright, let's go ahead and cook up some refined iron here. Do like 10 stacks of it, I think. That ought to do. And I did make a minor correction to the power network underneath there. I didn't have the macerators connected to the MFSU bank, so I rerouted the power a little bit off camera, made that work. Don't worry, I'll be addressing the elephant at the end of my area shortly here. I need a lot of copper wire. Let's just request a stack of it. Be done with it. There we go, 64 copper cable. We'll go ahead and grab that. We'll grab that. Let's clear this out. There we go. Copper cable. Where did I put the tin? Put it all in here. Alright, copper cable. Tin. Redstone. Here's your battery. There's your furnace. There's your iron furnace. There's your generator. We got the advanced circuit. Now we just need to make these reactor chambers. A reactor chamber is a machine block surrounded by 4 dense copper plates. We need 9 of these total. So let's go grab some of our refined iron that we just cooked up. Another stack that'll work. Let's come over here to our metal plates chest and grab a couple of stacks of these copper plates. Throw all of our goodies in here. 9 of those. Surrounded by dense copper plates gives you reactor chambers. 3 of them with a generator and an advanced circuit gives you a reactor. That gives us our reactor and our 6 reactor chambers. Let's head over to our new nuclear facility. Yes, it's ugly, but it's about as close as I could get to making a reactor cooling tower. I might eventually change this out to use rock wool, because I'm not sure I like the texture of the marble in here. But it worked for now, so that's why I did it. Alright, let's dig out here, and we're going to have our cable come up here. Now we don't technically need the cable. The cable is just because I don't feel like wasting power, so let's go ahead and dig up one more piece of cobblestone because we need a place to put the reactor. Reactor goes there. We'll dig that back out. Put him back down. Thank you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That gives us a full nuclear reactor. Alright, now we need to set this thing up to run. The first thing we are going to need is a way to get this thing hot. And I'm not talking just regular old hot, I'm talking scorching freaking hot. We're going to do that using heating cells. A heating cell is a lava cell, a dense copper plate, and an electronic circuit. We need 64 of these. So we need 64 circuits. We're going to request those, and then we're going to go get our lava. So we need a stack. Let's come over here and grab a stack of cells. Let's go to our new lava tank. Yes, I actually did manage to pump a section of the nether dry. I think. So we'll just drop our stack of cells in there. That's going to get us 64 lava cells. Let's look up the other components we're going to need while we're at it. We're going to need a reactor heat vent, which is this guy here, a reactor heat exchanger, which is a heat exchanger and some dense copper plates. We're going to need the heat exchangers, but I already have those. We're also going to need a component heat vent, which is this thing here. which is a heat vent, some tin, some iron bars. The heat vent is just refined iron, iron bars, so not terribly difficult to make. Let's go ahead and take our cells here. Open this up, and in here we're going to have a stack of dense copper plates, stack of lava cells. Stack of those gives us a stack of heating cells. Let's come over here into our industrial craft chest, grab 5 heat exchangers. One of those heat exchangers is going to go in here with a dense copper plate on top and bottom to give us our reactor heat exchanger. Now, we're also going to need, let's see, heat capacity plating. Heat capacity reactor plating, which is a reactor plating, dense copper plates. Reactor plating is advanced alloy and a dense copper plate. We're not sure how many of those we're going to need yet, so let's hold our fire on that for just a second here. I've got some iron bars in here. Iron bars with that gives us a heat vent, and a heat vent with iron bars and tin. Wasn't that it? Did I get it wrong? Probably. Yep. That's going to get us our component heat vent. We only need one. Alright, let's go set up some of the internals so that we know exactly how many of our heat plates that we need. But we're also going to need 4 of our near depleted uranium cells. Now, a near depleted uranium cell has to be mixed with coal dust in order to turn it into an isotope cell. So we're going to need to macerate some coal. Let's go ahead and drop a stack of coal in the macerator. We'll let that start processing out, and we'll just come over here and grab 4 pieces for now. There's something hiding behind my warehouse. Being as I'm not hearing anything, it's probably a creeper. Alright, where is my coal dust? Give it. There we go. Alright, coal dust combined with a near depleted uranium cell gives you a depleted isotope cell. These do not stack. So, in general, it's best not to make depleted isotope cells until you need them. Near depleted uranium cells will stack up to 64. Makes it very convenient to store them. In here, we're going to put our depleted isotope cells in just like this. Our component heat vent is going to go here, surrounded by heat exchangers. Our reactor heat exchanger is going to go there. Our heating cells are going to go there, but we're not quite ready for that yet. Let's count how many of these we're going to need. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42 of those. Which means if we come over here and we grab 42 advanced alloy, let's go ahead and grab some more of our dense copper plates. We're going to need them. If we grab 42 advanced alloy and we do that, that's going to give us our reactor plating. Now these actually do stack, which is nice. Combine those with the dense copper plates, you get heat capacity reactor plating, which also stacks, which is nice. We're going to run over here, and we're going to put in our plating. Now, once you unstack the plating, oh, it does actually. I seem to remember this stuff not wanting to restack nicely after it was unstacked. But it seems that it works now, so. Alright, now that we've got all those in, we can drop our heating cells in. And this heat exchanger is immediately going to take damage. So is this heat exchanger. The reason why is because these heating cells are now transferring about 64 heat per tick directly into the hull of this reactor, even though it's not on. It is transferring heat into the hull of the reactor. The only thing that's left is our supply system. You may remember a while ago I put in this line right here. If you were wondering why, you're about to find out. Lovely Minecraft music. Although I'm not sure why my music is turned up. I usually don't keep Minecraft music turned up. Let's come over here and grab out of our logistics pipes some basic logistics pipes. We are going to need a supplier, but I think I'm going to want to make another one. We're going to want some golden transport pipes, definitely. Speed things up. We're going to need a stack of stone. Let's go ahead and request a few more logistics pipes here. We'll grab another 8. Alright. 2 pieces of lapis and a basic logistics pipe gives you a supplier pipe. A basic logistics pipe surrounded by redstone is going to give you a Mark I logistics chassis. In our buildcraft chest, let's see, polymorphic items saying, nope, we don't have what we need. So we're going to grab a blank module. We're going to grab 2 pieces of sodalite. Let's see here, we're going to need a redstone iron chipset, a redstone golden chipset. We're also going to need a diamond gear. And some redstone. Now, I can't remember the order to do this in. We're making an advanced extractor, Mark III, which means you have to put a diamond chipset on top of an advanced extractor Mark II. So we have to do the extractor module first and then upconvert it. Good. That's good to know. Redstone chipset, redstone, blank module, sodalite, extractor module. Advanced extractor module, extractor Mark II, extractor Mark III. Alright, so now we need to go hook this thing up. We are actually going to use a thorium cell for this thing. The reason why we're using a thorium cell is because one thorium cell will last for about 13 hours in that reactor. The design that I'm using is actually designed to recharge over 400 cells for every 1 cycle of thorium. That's a lot of uranium. That's a lot of potential power. Hence, why we're using it. Let's see, I have a crescent hammer, so that's good. I'm not fond of the fact that I have basalt cobblestone. That means I tore up the road. Never mind. Okay. What else do I need? I need a lever. I gotta be able to turn the thing on, right? So, we are going to go ahead and start this reactor. Let's go ahead and put in our thorium cell right there. We have heat. We have fire. Let's turn that reactor on. Thorium cell is now taking damage. Isotope is recharging. Reactor heat exchanger is transferring more heat into the hull. Heat exchangers here are keeping up with it. Now, this thing is designed so it will slowly gain heat. It's going to gain 63 heat per tick, right up until it gets to about the 64,000 mark, at which point these heat cells are going to stop dumping heat into the things, or into the hull, and it's going to stabilize right around 63,999 heat. Maybe a little more than that, but that reactor design will only start hurting you about 65,000, so that reactor will never get hot enough that we need to wear a hazmat suit. Let's go ahead and find our EU reader. And if we come over here and we take a reading from the cable running underneath this thing, which I guess we can just do right here, since I have the cable here. We take a reading on that cable. We're getting 1 EU per tick out of that reactor. Isn't it cute? Yep, this thing produces a whopping 1 EU per tick. That's it. However, you can see it's already making some decent progress on those isotope cells. Let's go ahead and hook it into the logistics network. We are going to want to have our logistics chassis Mark 1 coming off of probably, let's have that coming off of the side, right here. Alright. We're going to have our supplier pipe coming off of the top. A stone transport pipe is going to come down here and connect into there, and it's going to go down into the floor, where it's going to hook into the logistics system that comes through here, which we're now going to extend. We're going to have the logistics system just come right through the center of this room, or close to the center of this room. Golden transport pipe here. We'll put 3 of them down to help speed things along. Stone transport pipe here. This is going to be an intersection, so that has to be a basic pipe. And over here, we're going to have our stone pipes connecting in. Just like that. Alright. So, our system knows how to make depleted isotope cells. Or, no, it doesn't know how to make these yet. We need to teach it how to make those. Let's see here. Let's go ahead and seal the floor back up, because we're pretty much done with the work under the floor for the moment. We can seal this back up too. We need to set up something new for one of our chests over here. On the back of our nuclear fuels chest, you can see we have a Mark II logistics chassis. This is no longer going to work. Or actually, you know what? Yes, it is. We're going to do it this way. Underneath here, we're going to put another supplier pipe. Let's see here. We need 2 pieces of sodalite. Does sodalite work for this? I can't remember. Yeah. Supplier, logistics pipe. Stone transport pipe. So under our nuclear fuels chest, we're going to dig that out. We're going to connect that right there. Come on. Come on. Behave. There. Good. Supplier pipe right there. Now, we're going to leave it open for a few seconds. We're going to grab 4 more of these near depleted uranium cells. Actually, we're going to grab probably 2 more. We'll get a total of 6. We're going to grab 6 coal dust. We're going to turn these into depleted isotope cells. We're going to interact with this, and we're going to tell it to keep 6 depleted isotope cells in stock at all times. Partial requests? No. We want it to keep this thing full of 6 depleted isotope cells at all times. We're going to grab 6 more of these near depleted uranium cells. Or, nope, just 1, actually. We're going to grab 1 coal dust. And we're going to grab our sign maker. Let us go and pay a visit to our crafting network, which we haven't been in a long time. In here, I should have a couple of empty chests. Or a couple of empty ones. So we'll open this, and we're going to tell this a near depleted uranium cell and some coal dust gives you a depleted isotope cell. Import that, and now we should see some magic happening. Did you notice that the system immediately decided, hey, I don't have any depleted isotopes, I need some? Well, that's what it did. We look over here in the chest now. We have 6 depleted isotope cells. We're going to go ahead and throw 5 more in there for now. Now, we're going to come over here. We're going to tell this supplier pipe, hey, you need to keep 4 depleted isotopes in stock at all times. When these depleted isotope cells finish recharging, they will become recharged isotopes or something like that. And the system will say, hey, that's not going to work. I need depleted isotopes in there. It's going to send the depleted isotopes. This thing here is going to say, hey, I have to do something about these. We're going to tell this thing that it is supposed to pull out these cells after they're done recharging. And it will do so instantly. Now, I'm not 100% sure. Actually, you know what? I think I might... Yeah. I'm actually not a huge fan of this idea all of a sudden. Because I have 2 supplier pipes on here, and they could very easily end up fighting each other. So we're going to just change our mind. We're going to remove that. We're going to call it good. It might take a few seconds for the system to catch up and say, hey, I need some isotopes. But we're not going to lose too much time. And thorium cells are ridiculously easy and cheap to get anyway, so not worried about it. We're going to let that run. And we're going to let this run until it finishes recharging this first set of isotopes, which it should do before the end of the episode. Music is 8% and it's that loud? Huh. Alright. Yeah, now you can see the wind towers. Finally rendered them. Alright. There's something else that I want to do while we wait for that. I have a ton of biomass over there, and nothing to do with it yet. Let's go ahead and build ourselves a still. Sturdy casing, redstone, glass. Easily done. Let's see, bronze. I have some glass. That's glass panes, though. That ain't gonna work. Sturdy casing. Redstone. I think the redstone has to be in the corners. And 4 glass. There we go. Now we have a still. Let's clean up our inventory a little bit. Pull all this stuff out. Put it away where it's supposed to go. We can put the depleted isotope cell in there. It'll find a home. Throw this in. I need this advanced extractor on me, so I can't put him away yet. We can put the iron away, we can put the EU reader away, it'll go to my default route. Alright, and for the still, we're going to need a couple of biogas engines to run it. So, let's go ahead and request 4 stone gears. 4 stone gears, 2 pistons. Where's the piston? There it is. 2 pistons. We'll come over here, grab another handful of bronze. Get our gears, our pistons. Need more glass, of course. Never fully prepared. Stone gears, surrounded by brass. Or bronze, gives you bronze gears. Glass, pistons, bronze gear, biogas engine. Good. We'll want a couple of lava cells just to kickstart the thing. We're going to need some thermal expansion, redstone energy conduit, some liquiducts. We'll need a redstone torch or 2. See how fast this can respond. Pretty fast. And let's see here. Let's go set this thing up. We're just going to set it up right over here next to the other system. We'll have our liquiducts coming off of here. And let's see, I want to have the still, I think, sitting right up next to the tank. We'll just have the still sitting right there. We'll have the liquiduct coming in like that. We'll have a redstone torch under here. Liquiduct is going to come out from the bottom here and up into there. Give that a whack to tell it's in output mode. Give that a whack to tell it it's in output mode. And we'll put a redstone torch right under here. That's going to quickly flood the still with biogas. We're also going to have our biogas engines sitting on here. Just like that. Redstone energy conduit is going to come off the top of the biogas engines and into the still. You can see the biogas engines, once I get them here, have been flooded. Let's go ahead and fill up our 2 lava cells. One for you, one for you, and we are going to need to get some gates. While we're at it, come on, thank you. Let's come over here and check on this. See, we have re-enriched uranium cells now. We're going to pull the re-enriched uranium cells out. And here, we're going to click on that. We're going to tell this, you are an advanced extractor designed to pull out re-enriched uranium cells. If we put the re-enriched uranium cells back in here now, they're going to be immediately yanked out of the system. We need to come over here and get ourselves a piece of stone pipe. And jump back through here. And we will connect these just like that. And then that is going to tell our supplier network, hey, I have a need that needs to be met. Send me some depleted isotope cells, please. And if we wait just a minute here, because it does take a little bit of time for my supplier system to actually work. There they go. 4 new cells, placed right where they need to be. We're in good shape. There's only one more change I need to make to this in order to make it a truly infinitely running system. Well, a couple, actually. First, I'm going to have to automate the production of this stuff, coal dust. Because coal dust is not something that I can automatically produce right now. I don't have an automatic macerator set up. For right now, I'm just going to produce a whole bunch of it by hand so I don't have to worry about it for a while. Oh, lag spike. We'll go ahead and refill them one more time. There we go. Let's come back in here, grab one more thorium cell. You know what, let's just go ahead and grab all of our nuclear fuels. And I guess we can grab all of the coal dust too. We'll store that in here. Nuclear fuels, we'll keep all of our thorium, our uranium, our coal dust, our re-enriched uranium. We'll just keep all this good stuff here. We need one thorium cell. With that one thorium cell, we're going to run out here. We're going to click on the supplier, and we're going to tell it, you also need to keep one thorium cell in stock at all times. You can see it's already making really good progress on those new isotopes it threw in. So we're going to be sitting on a lot of re-enriched uranium cells soon. Before this episode's over, let's come over here into our buildcraft chest. We're going to grab some of those cobblestone structure pipes. We're going to grab a couple of our iron ore gates, which I actually need to make some more of those, I think. We're going to grab some red pipe wire. And do I have any more pre-built in my assembly station? Diamonds, chipsets, facades. No, I don't. Great. Alright, well, let's see if we can jury-rig something here. Grab some red alloy. And let's head out to where we just set up our still. On here, we're going to connect a cobblestone structure pipe. We're going to put our iron ore gate on there. And we're going to tell the iron ore gate has work. Emit a redstone signal. That should fire up these biogas engines. And we have production of biofuel. Not much, but a bit. We're also pulling some biomass out of our tank. It'll keep the still nicely filled for us. And we're slowly but surely producing biofuel. Now, biomass converts to biofuel in a 3-to-1 ratio. So it'll use 3 buckets of biomass for every 1 bucket of biofuel. I am not horribly concerned about producing biofuel because I have so much plant life I don't know what to do with it all. I actually have my farms turned off. Because if we were to come back over here and take a look in my saplings chest, saplings, yeah, we're good on saplings. Plants, we got a lot of cactus. Raw food, we have a ton of sugarcane. We have a lot of wheat. I've got like enough baked potatoes to last me forever. Over here in my apples chest, holy crap. Yeah, we're not hurting for any sort of biomass production. But we'll let that accumulate us some biofuel over there. We'll let that accumulate us some re-enriched uranium cells. And for episode 51, we'll start putting both of those to use, generating us more power. Yes, more power is required. Somebody left a comment on one of my videos saying it's starting to sound like a used car commercial. Power generation, more power generation. Unfortunately, well, that's kind of what late game Greg Tech comes down to. The more power you can produce, the faster you can get the good stuff, and the faster you can generate even more power. That's the name of the game, folks. This has been Nightdagger with Let's Play Modded Minecraft, episode 50. Check the description of this video for a world upload within the next day or two, as we deal with a little bit of lag spike there. I hope you peeps are enjoying the series. I'll catch y'all next time.